Hello and welcome to Kismet Rising. So today I don't have my normal setup, and so I'm just kind of improvising and doing what I can because I want to get this video out to you as soon as possible. And so we're doing the monthly Oracle card guidance, and we're using the Angels and Ancestors Pocket Oracle by Kyle Gray. Okay, and this is basically what it looks like here. So I don't have a big space to work on, unfortunately. And so I'm just going to be working right here in this small little space. And I'm just going to shuffle the cards. And you guys can go ahead and choose option 1, 2, or 3. And next month you'll have your usual setup. And I do apologize for not being able to get a Valentine's Day video out for you guys. My life has just been really chaotic in the last few weeks, and I'm just trying to still settle a little bit, but been working back to back and haven't really had much time to breathe. Okay, so I do apologize for that, and I always promise you that I'm going to put out more videos, but I don't. So this time you're just gonna have to wait, and when I'm ready with it, it will be there. But I definitely have the intention of being able to do many more videos, and in fact I'm busy creating the setup right now, which is the reason that I'm not actually ready with it, which is the reason that I have this kind of makeshift setup today. Okay, well, enough said. Please go ahead, choose your options 1, 2, 3, and you can go directly to the reading. So for those of you who've chosen the option number 1, we're asking, what is your Oracle card guidance for the month of March 2025? And I apologize for this extreme close-up. I'm going to just shuffle off screen. Okay, so I once again apologize for the way, for the setup today, and I'm just going to go ahead and read these cards for you, and I hope it will be worth it for you to receive the message. And the first card we have as we enter the month of March is Earth Mother, Feel Loved and Comforted. And I think for many, you would have experienced quite a turbulent energy as you come to the end of February, and also as you enter March with the eclipses in March. And the card advises you to look for ways to feel loved and comforted. And you can draw upon the energy of the earth to be able to do that. You can draw upon the abundance of the earth to be able to do that. The abundance of nature, of the fruits of the earth, of the sounds of the birds and the sounds of water lapping, waves lapping against the shore. You can, you go to a lake or to a river or to the sea if you can, and just be able to feel and enjoy all of the offerings that nature has to give you, and to be able to draw on the strength of the Earth Mother, the goddess of the earth, the energy that exists in itself upon the organism on which we are. So we exist from this mother, that is the earth, and we will go back into the earth ultimately. And this card is talking about just being able to feel the rhythms of the earth, being able to come back in touch with that, and to be able to put aside anything that has been distracting you, that has been pulling you away from your true essence and from your nature and from your own rhythms, just to calm yourself down and to be able to feel. Very often what happens is that people become quite addicted to their lifestyle, to their rhythms, a fast-paced rhythm, to the pressures of their work and the stresses of life, and they become addicted to that, and they feel that they have to continue on that cycle and not break it, because breaking it and just looking for some comfort and some love or some peace is going to be able to lessen their experience or their understanding of themselves as being productive or successful or important enough. And so here I think it's very, very important to be able to just calm down and connect to nature and just to feel at one with the rhythm of the earth. Okay, so that's that card. And then we have, as we come into the second week of March, we have the card Arrow here. It says surround yourself with protective energy. And yes, we are coming into the full moon and the lunar eclipse. And it says surround yourself with protective energy because around the same time Mercury retrograde begins. And the shadow of Mercury retrograde has already proven to be quite, well, let's say not optimal. And I think that as you come into mid-March, it's important to be able to surround yourself with protective energy because you want to be able to protect yourself from accidents or small mishaps or from little accidents or maybe just, falling or breaking something or scratching your car or scratching your wall or something like this. You want to be able to just minimize or avoid these type of mishaps that can occur when you're busy running around, rushing about, and you're not mindful enough. It can also occur when others are not being mindful enough and they are in your space or interacting with you. And that could not just be in your home, but it could be on the street. If you're sharing a transit system, if you're driving on a street, you are at that moment involved with many other people who are also in those vehicles or walking on the street. And so that becomes your space at that time. And so you want to be able to protect yourself so that you're not attracting any of that chaotic energy to you, and so that you can just be in a good space and maintain the calm and the comfort that you've gained from the Earth Mother earlier on in the month. And as we come into the third week of March, we are in between the eclipses, and it's an important time to understand what is it that you're here now to eclipse. What is it that you need to learn? It is an important time, a spiritual time, a deeply helpful time in the eclipses to be able to learn, to be able to grow, to be able to make the changes that you need to make. The changes are easily made during the eclipses because everything is in flux, everything is in the air, and you can shift out of it quite easily. And if you resist too much, but it is something that's really necessary for you, something good for your higher soul, something that benefits all, then the universe or the energy, let's say, will kind of misplace you in a manner which forces you to integrate that needed change in your life. So it says, great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. I think it's important here for you to take time to listen, to hear what the lessons are that are being taught to you, and to be able to note that perhaps the way in which you have been needs an update. It means you need to update your software, so to say, your modus operandi, and just be able to do things a little bit differently, to be able to integrate more light and lightness in your life and more ease in your life, and just be able to do away with the stress. The stress and the chaotic rat race of life is so yesterday, and it's out with the old and in with the new as we go into this new eclipse that's coming our way. And you will be in the midst of it when this card is when the teachings of this card is available to you, and you should be able to at least understand what it is that the universe is trying to teach you, even if you are not interested in making such changes at this time of your life. So yes, so that's that for the third week of March. And then I'm just gonna, sorry for this chaos here today. As we come into the end of March. Now, you would have passed the equinox here on the 21st of March or 22nd of March, and you will be beginning spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. And the card that comes up is summer, bask in joy and light. Now, no matter where you are advised to be able to bring in the light and enjoy it as if it is that summer energy, that light summery energy where everyone's a bit more relaxed, a bit more a bit disengaged in a way from the busyness of life, and more available to go on holiday or to be able to simply enjoy life. And there's just a lightness in the step. And think about dancing under the stars and or midnight suns, or think about dancing bare feet at the beach in a beach party or a bonfire, around a bonfire. And it's this idea of buzzing and just being out and about, enjoying. And that's the energy that you're going to have as you come to the end of March. Now, there's also a solar eclipse at the end of March, and a new moon. And that solar eclipse and new moon is, I think, what is talked about in this card. It's going to bring a lot of lightness after the heaviness and the teachings that you have here, the protection that you've needed here, as well as being able to withstand all the craziness of that Mercury retrograde shadow that we're experiencing right now, and the lunar eclipse at the beginning of the month. And you're going to be able to have a new beginning, I would say, as you come to the end of March, as you go into April. And then as you come to Easter, you're going to have a whole different energy as well. So take it easy for this month. Enjoy and tap into what's available to you. Tap into the healing power that's available to you. And then, protect yourself and shield yourself, because as you tap into that healing power, you're often allowing other influences to come into your life as well. Or you could simply be needing to protect yourself from whatever other energy, mischievous energy, so to say, where you kind of stub your foot, or you trip upon something, or you scratch your car against the garage door or something like this. So those are just examples. I know that not every one of you will have those kind of issues, but I'm just trying to warn you so you know what I'm talking about. And so that's for those of you chosen option 1, that's your reading for the month of March. I hope that it will be a good one for you. And once again, I do apologize for this weird setup that I have here. I just didn't have the space to be able to do your reading and in a space that's quiet, or as quiet as I could possibly find. And so it's had to be like this. And next month you will have a decent setup. All right, so wishing you all well in the month of March, and many, many blessings to you all. And for those of you who've chosen the option number 2, I have shuffled the cards off the camera, and we are asking, what is it that we need to know for the month of March 2025? And we have the cards here. We have the Medicine Mother. Pardon me. And once again, we're asking, what is it that we need to know for the month of March 2025 if we've chosen option 2? And we have the Star Ancestor. Then we have the Guardian Angel, you're not alone. And here we have the Elder, healing through lineage. Oh, I love that. I love that, because you can't imagine how much of healing needs to take place through lineage that people don't realize. We carry the the experiences and the pain and the sorrows and the love of previous generations in our genes and in life, in our soul connections. And so we healing through lineage is really important. So as I have just a tiny space here to work with you today, I'm just going to hold this card in my hand. And it says Earth, Medicine Mother, honor your knowing, your inner knowing, okay? So as you begin March of 2025 with this Mercury Retrograde shadow that we're in, we're heading to a lunar eclipse in the middle of the month and at the full moon. And we have here the Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. It's time for you to be able to understand what is actually happening with your body, what is actually, listen to your body, listen to what you know, tap into the consciousness, the collective consciousness, where all the information that you need about anything and everything is available to you. And just be able to understand that you know, and to be able to recognize that you have a sixth sense that allows you to know even more. Okay. And the Medicine Mother is honor your inner knowing. It's taking a responsibility for your well-being, your health, not just in terms of your physical well-being, but also in terms of your emotional, your mental, your spiritual well-being. You want to be able to know and honor your inner knowing so that you can help yourself and be available for yourself. I think a part of what's happening in our society is that we give up the responsibility of looking after ourselves to doctors and to heal other healers and to everyone else. But we all have the power to be able to tap into healing energy, to be able to take it for ourselves and to be able to heal ourselves. And if more of us recognize that, then less of us will be as sick as we are, as regularly as we are. So be the Medicine Mother for yourself, tap into your inner knowing and honor that, and hear what your body needs and what it wants. And perhaps, you have some deficiencies, and perhaps you think about a fruit that you need to eat, and that fruit has all the nutrients or the minerals that you need at that moment to be able to overcome that deficiency. And so listen to your inner guidance as it pushes you in the direction that you need for your own healing and your own well-being. I think Medicine Mother is also here to tell us that we can actually assist others. We are not helpless. We can assist others overcome their illnesses, over their ill health, by prayer, by being available to them in spirit as well as physically, and just to be able to come together as a community and bring all the goodness that we have and the purity of heart together to be able to help each other. All right, so that's the Medicine Mother that's here. I'm just going to place it right there. And the next card we have is the Star Ancestor, and it says follow the voice of your soul. And I think that's so much to do with the first card that we have, which is your Medicine Mother. And it says follow the voice of your soul. So I think, like for you, those of you who've chosen option 2, the month of March is going to be quite an interesting time for you to be able to connect with yourself and your own power and your own healing and your own wisdom that exists within you, and within the collective consciousness, which you can tap into to be able to access more of that wisdom and more of that knowledge. And the challenge that most of us have is not that we don't know or that we don't have access to the knowledge, because we all have our inner voice and our wisdom and our intuition listening, talking to us, but it's following that advice. What advice are you being given right now? What advice are you not listening to at this moment? And just being able to listen and heed what your star ancestor is telling you, and follow the voice of your soul. So be able to tap onto the celestial version of yourself so that you can hear more and understand more, and then listen and do as you need to for your well-being and for the best of others. And I think that's such a beautiful card. I absolutely love this card, and I love the message of it as well. So I'm just going to place that right here. And then we have the guardian angel. You're not alone. So as you embark upon this journey here, you're going to be wondering if you're all alone. Sometimes it can be quite a lonely journey. Sometimes it can be quite hard to be able to manage that, and to be able to have to work on yourself in this way, especially when you're overwhelmed by a wave of other types of thinking all around you, where people are very dependent on the government to tell them what to do, on the medical fraternity to show them how to be healthy, and on their employers to tell them how to live their lives, or what to do on a day-to-day basis, not to how to live their lives. But people are very dependent on their community, their church, etc., to tell them what to do, how to live. And here it's, and when you embark upon the path of listening to your own voice and taking responsibility for yourself here, what you are actually going to be doing is finding yourself quite alone, because there are not many people who are busy doing that. And this card here comes up at that point. And this is exactly in the third week during the equinox, and during just after the lunar eclipse that we would have had, which we would have been experiencing when we have this card here, follow your voice of your soul. So if you have any confusion during that time, you please remember to listen to your inner guidance. And as we come into the third week of March, you have the message from your guardian angel that you're not alone, that there are guardian angels that are there for you, watching over you. There is assistance as soon as you need it. You just have to ask for it and you will receive it. Have you ever just had a prayer and just said, okay, I would really like this, and I thank you for making it available to me? And you're not necessarily praying to God or to your angels or anyone. You just kind of pray to the universe or to the energy that is. It could be that you're praying to your higher self as well, or anyone or anything. And then you find that you actually, whatever you've prayed for has come true. And it's not usually when you're praying for it every day and you're wishing for it and you've got all your attention behind it. It's usually when you've prayed just once, you've asked for something, and then a few weeks later you find that you have that. And that's your guardian angel there looking out for you, helping you along and praying. You just have to ask for help, okay? So that's for your third week of March. And as you come into the fourth week of March, it is the solar eclipse at the end of March, and it is a new moon. And the card that comes up is Elder. Okay. It says healing through the lineage. And if you look at these cards here, it's very much about, starting with yourself here, following your inner guidance, knowing that you're not alone in this journey. And then once you've done all of that, you're coming to the point where you actually need to work on your own, working on your ancestors, working on, going back, healing, coming to terms with all of the things that you need to, as far as the experiences that your family have had, what they've endured, what kind of illnesses or diseases or sicknesses that they've had to suffer through, and what were their great emotional longings and or pain or trauma, and just being able to work through that and heal through that. And you can do that through prayer and through bringing light into that situation. And yeah, you can do that. And it's asking you to heal through your lineage. So you can also call upon your elder, call upon your ancestors, and ask for healing for yourself during this time, for they have knowledge and power that is sometimes elusive to us in this modern day. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I wish you a fabulous March. May it be a blessed month for you. And may these eclipses that come into your life bring you the wealth of knowledge and the confidence to be able to use that healing power within you. All right, blessed be. And if you've chosen the option number 3, I've already shuffled the cards. I'm just going to lay them out here. And I'm going to go ahead and choose them. And we are asking, what is the guidance that we need for the month of March 2025? And this card came up again. It's the Great Teacher. And it says, learn from spiritual experiences. The card here, Shapeshifter, transform and unveil your gifts. And the card here is Drum. And I apologize for the messiness and the chaos here. I'm just trying to do this with one hand. And we have Elder, healing through lineage once again. So the cards for all 3 options are very similar. At least there's an underlying kind of feel that goes with it. And I'm just going to read it for you. So I'm just going to hold it like this for you since I have just a small space with which I'm working with today. We have the first card that's come up. It says, Great Teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. And this card is very obvious, right? You have, in this time, as we are in the Mercury Retrograde shadow and we're heading up to the eclipses in the middle of the month, we have access to a lot of spiritual energy where there's a lot of growth that's possible and a lot of learning that's possible. And the card that comes up here says, Great Teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. So it's asking you to learn. It's asking you to actually take into account what's going on around you. Be a bit more observant. Don't get stressed out or overwhelmed by everything that's happening right now. Simply listen. What are they trying to say to you? What is happening at this moment? Okay, so that is that. Okay, it's basically saying, how can I better myself in this moment? What can I do differently from what I'd normally be doing, because I have the spiritual knowledge and I have this experience. I've been through this already. I know what this is like. What can I do about it? Can I walk away from this? Am I allowed to walk away from this? Should I walk away? Should I take responsibility? Should I take this on? What have I learned from the situation in the past? Have I taken this on before and have I failed? Is it necessary for me to do this? Do they want me to help them? All these kind of questions are coming up for you as you enter the month of March and as you begin it. And the answer to it is, learn from your spiritual experiences. What have you learned? Have you learned about looking after yourself, maintaining your boundaries, being able to be compassionate, being able to be there for others when they need you, but not at the expense of yourself, or at least at the expense of yourself, where you are generous enough to be able to help others, but not where you are abusing yourself. And that's the first card that comes up. And it's not necessarily going to read that way for everyone here. It's simply listen to what is being told to you and listen to what your life has been telling you until now. Okay, and then you're going to be able to have more knowledge about how to move forward. And then as we come into the second week of March, as we come closer to the eclipse and the full moon, we have Shapeshifter, and it says, transform and unveil your gifts. All right, so I think that as you come into and around that full moon and that lunar eclipse, and the same day that Mercury retrograde begins, I think you're going to need to be a lot more flexible than you usually would be, and you're going to have to use different aspects of yourself to be able to navigate through that time, and to be able to use different strengths that you have at different times, and to know when to observe and know when to respond to a particular situation, know when to be subtle, and know when to be louder or boisterous, perhaps. And so there's a lot of opportunity here for you to have a very large or bandwidth of emotions, of reactions, of responding to particular situations. And so that is the energy that you're going to be dealing with as you come to the second week of March. And I think the advice here is really to be flexible. Be flexible to be able to allow yourself to respond to situations in a graceful manner, so that it's not causing you pain and harm and you're not getting overwhelmed by it. And then we have drum as you come into the third week of March. It's also the week of the equinox, and we have dream and journey. It says dream and journey. And so drumming is really, I feel here, it's really about coming to the rhythms of nature, being able to tap into that, being able to tap into the knowledge that's available to you, and just being able to go inward and enjoy and being quiet and just listening to your inner rhythm, actually. And I think that you have so much to gain and so much to learn in this time of the equinox in the third week of March. And I would say the card here says dream and journey, and I would say if you wish to then embark on astral travel, embark on these meditations where you can go within and travel with your ancestors, with the archangels, with the guides, and let them show you the path. And then dream, it says dream, just dream about where it is that you'd like to go to with yourself, and where it is that your soul would like to go to, and see if the two align with each other. That's an interesting exercise to do. And I think also pay attention to your dreams, because there'll be a lot of information coming through to you at that time, okay? And just perhaps journal as well during that time, so you can remember what this journey has been. Because come at the end of the year, October, November, you're going to also be coming up with those eclipses and dealing with the same energy again, and needing to see if you've learned what you've been given, the spiritual guidance here. Have you actually learned from your spiritual guidance, and have you actually implemented it? And so I think also journal during this time, because that will help you. And then as you come to the end of the month, and there's another option that had this as well. It says elder healing through lineage, and it's asking you as you come to the end of the month, in the time of the solar eclipse and the new moon, and at the end of March, it's asking you to heal through your lineage, to be able to access healing through your lineage. Ask your ancestors, talk to your ancestors, look at where you've come from, and ask for the strengths that have been within them to flow within you too now, for the knowledge and the wisdom and the ability to be able to make decisions and face harm and danger and all of that, to be able to come and embody you right now, so that you may also be able to do the same. And also this card could also allude to your ancestral line needing some type of healing or appeasement or some kind of peace. And so look into that as well, and look at how you can have the buck stop with you. Like, so certain diseases that may have traveled through your family lineage stops with you, because you've decided, okay, I'm going to stop this pattern of behavior. I'm going to take action to make sure that this doesn't get worse, and I'm going to make sure that that's healed and I can rid myself of that. Or certain emotional bonds that you have, or victimhood or martyrhood that's been part of your family lineage, that's been traveling within you, and where you feel that you have you have to respond in a particular way because of that, because of your religion, or because of your community, or because of your traditions. Well, it's saying here that you can heal that You can heal all of that. A lot of what we've learned in our lives in the last 2,000 to 3,000 years, we've integrated into rules for our lives right now. But perhaps that's come from a space of being in pain or being a victim or being attacked. And perhaps we don't need to have such an obedience to lessons learned from the past, because maybe now is the time to be able to create new and to be able to bring light that is accessible to us all in this world right now, to our lives and to the lives of those who've lived before us. So I think it's a very powerful time. I think there's a lot more that is going on here and that we can all have access to. And yes, I think it's an absolutely marvelous time. So use it to the best of your ability, and abundant blessings to you all. Blessings abound. And I wish you a fabulous March 2025. Be safe, and all the best from me to you.